just because you're going to have a vision of it, you're going to get there. No, you have to take action. What am I going to do here, 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 here to get here? And then what is it that you need to do? Hi, welcome to my YouTube channel. My name is Frank Quinez. I am the ambassador of reading. And today's topic is hold on and win. This weekend, my wife and I'm super excited because this weekend my wife and I went to give a speech out in Las Vegas. And once I finished the speech, I went to the warehouse where the company that hired me, and man, it was impressive. It looked so beautiful. That company is called Highbody. And then after that, we went to go visit a few friends, and all these people that we visited, man, super successful, amazingly successful. I was wondering, on the way back, we're listening to audios and to YouTube videos that I like to watch. Every time I take a long trip, I like to listen and see if I can make a connection with everything that I've accumulated over the years. I was thinking, man, I'm so excited, I'm so inspired that I'm gonna put something together, and this is what I put together. It's called Hold On and Win. Let me tell you, I met up with a few friends, the Madrigal family. They own Lunas Constructions, and they're very successful. And the way that company started, originally, it wasn't a huge company. It was a one man with twins, which one of them is my friend. And the guy started with just a regular truck, and later on he figured, man, I need a dump to continue my business. Right now it's huge. It holds a lot of employees. What this man did is that he held on to his vision of what he wanted to create. And as he got closer, as he succeeded in one, then he expanded it to a little bit bigger, and now it's huge. The vision can expand. And later on, I got to meet with a company called Synergy. My friend Jose Esparza and his wife, my wife and I met with him. And this guy, he's just amazing, Mr. Esparza. He's got a story, let me tell you. They were not doing so well when I met him. We had just hit an economical crisis. I think it's back in 2011, I think. And that's when I met him. But he had a vision of starting a company. His vision was so clear in his mind that he was able to enroll his brothers into starting this company called Synergy. And right now they're super successful. They're doing they're doing amazing. And the way they were able to do it is because he held on to that vision. He never deviated. Every time he shared, every time I would hang around with the crowd or talk to him, his vision was to start this company, and it went. It's huge. It's called Synergy. And over there, during our stay, I also got to meet a guy named Javier. He owns restaurants, Milindo, Michoacan. And this guy, he starts out by saying, yeah, he worked at a restaurant. And he says, Frank, it's interesting. If you work in construction, you're probably going to get a construction company. If you work at as a mechanic, you're probably going to get a mechanic shop. If you work at a restaurant, he says, man, I should have started with construction. Look at this guy, he's doing really good. However, he's doing amazingly well. I think he's got about 400 employees. Javier's amazing. And each one of these individuals that I got to talk to had a vision. And so I said, look at our audience. If I share this with our audience, then what if they have a vision of themselves and this video helps them? It's got to be clear. What is it that you want to see in your life? What do you want to create? And let me take it back to me. I know I shared this a few times about the SAIS seminars. That's where I started my vision. I went in as a high school dropout, and in those 4 days that I was in that seminar, I started creating my vision. Wow, I always wanted to be a teacher. And this weekend allows me to believe that I can be a teacher. And all of a sudden I start creating this vision of me becoming a teacher. And going hand in hand with what my mother taught us, she said, make sure you keep your word, because as you become more successful, if you don't keep your word, people are not going to trust you. People are not going to want to be your friends. They're not going to want to hang around with you. And I did question her, are we always going to keep our word? She said, no. It's almost impossible for everybody to keep their word. However, keep it most of the time so people know that when it doesn't come through, something happened, and that's what threw you off. But for the most part, keep your word. And connecting it to my vision. It was hard for me because I was a high school dropout, so I had to go back and register, finish my high school equivalency, and then go to college. And I found it so hard that many times I wanted to deviate. I wanted to go like, oh, maybe construction, maybe remodel homes, I don't know, but this is getting hard. And I would talk to myself like we all do, and I would redirect myself back to my vision. What is my vision, and what am I going to keep my word? And those two things get me focused on my vision. If your vision becomes a little blurry, and it'll become more blurry, and pretty soon you're not going to see it, or you're going to deviate. So make sure your vision of yourself, of what you want to create, is clear. And like all these characters that I met, including Highbody, which was the one that took me to Vegas and allowed me to share with an audience about what I know, man, all those people have a vision. A huge vision. I came back, I'm inspired by just hanging around with his folks. Highbody, there's 3 owners. It's Maria Gaeta and Sergio and Arturo. And those 3 got together. And guess what? They created a vision. Maybe you have a significant other. And you're going to get into this agreement of the brains to create a vision and say, yes, we can make that happen. And if you stay focused on that vision, if you stay committed to that vision, you're gonna get there. I guarantee it, you're gonna get there. My vision took me about 10 years to get there. And like I'm telling you, blurry sometimes, deviation sometimes, and always redirect myself back to that vision. So I'm gonna recommend that to you. If it means a lot, if it touches your heart, if it's gonna make a difference to you and your family or your community or maybe the world, always redirect yourself back to that. There's 3 people that hired me, Maria Gaeta, Sergio, and Arturo. Their vision is amazing. Their vision is to continue to grow. They wanna go global, and the way they treat their associates, they treat them like family. And that's another thing. It's not just about them. Their vision is huge. They want to grow because they're contributing to a lot of families through their vision. Interestingly enough, Don Javier, the guy from the restaurant, he has about 400 employees, different restaurants. And while I was eating there, he was so happy just being in this environment. And the way he communicated to his employees, funny, and with the directive, of course, but always keeping an eye. And it seemed as though it was just one big family. Synergy, the construction company, Jose Esparza told me more than once, we like to treat our members, our workers as a family. As a matter of fact, his logo has a guy holding out his hand and a lady holding out her hand, and it turns out like a little house, and in the middle there's a boy and a girl, as representing family. And from what I remember, it said, I know I need to be, on one of his logos or one of his comments, it said, I know I have to be safe because I have someone special waiting for me at home. Luna's construction, the Madrigal family, man, it started off with a family and it just grew and grew and grew. So if your vision of yourself is going to make a difference to you, to your family, to the community, and it touches your heart, then it's going to be easy to see that vision, walk toward it, and get there. Now, all of them that I mentioned, every time, including myself, once you get there, then you go for something bigger or something nicer or something different. But it doesn't stop there. It's not like you solve life. No, you live life. So you get there, go to the next one. And a vision is not going to be like something like, oh, I'm going to go get it tomorrow. No, it's something that it's not easy to get to, but you know that if you have that vision, you know you can get there, or else you wouldn't think about it. So maybe a vision for this year, maybe for 3 years, 5 years, and not just because you're going to have a vision of it, you're going to get there. No, you have to take action. What am I going to do here, 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 here to get here? And then what is it that you need to do? What is it that you need to think? What is it that you need to create? And if it's happening in those steps, chances are you're going to get there. You will get there to your vision. So hold on and win. If you have that desire, I mentioned this book before. It's called Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill. He says, if you have a burning desire, if it just burns you, if you feel it all over your beingness, you will get there. But you must hold on to that burning desire. And this video is called Hold On and Win. So hold on to your vision. Hold on to what you want to create and make it happen. That's it. Very well. Till next time, your friend, the Ambassador of Reading, wishing you well today and always, knowing that you will find and get what you are looking for. Muchas gracias por mirar nuestro canal o llegar aquí donde damos información que beneficia a la persona que lo mira y a sus seres queridos. Te invito a que seas parte de nuestro canal, suscríbete y ponle la campanita para que mires nuestros nuevos videos. Gracias y bienvenidos.